Gesui, welcome one and all. This is the second video, probably the final for the 24th chapter of this so informative book of Numbers. And we left off with this parable. We're still involved in the parable. And where Balaam is, he's standing in such a place where he can see all around him, to include Moab, Ammon, Canaan. And that's what's incredible about this, the place where he is at, and this mountain, to be able to see all this as this parable comes flowing out of his mouth, and he's addressing this area. Yeah. And we left off describing a star rising out of Jacob and a rod rising out of Israel, which will strike the dukes of Moab and will waste all the children of Seth. And we explained, what does it mean, waste all the children of Seth? So we drew the lineage all the way back to Adam and Eve and Noah. So now we discuss in this parable Edomia. And Edomia shall be his possession. Yeah. So where's Edomia? Edomia is the southern part of Canaan. So you can see the Salton Sea right here. Salt Sea right there. And Edomia is this area here. And Balaam is over here, standing up here on the mountain. So, Edomia shall be his possession, the inheritance of Seir shall come to their enemies, but Israel shall do manfully. Yeah, where are you off to? Now, the Seir kingdom, which we discussed before, is right there where that red marker is. I know it's tough to see on this, but when you look on our account online, you'll be able to see it more clear. And Seir is north of where he is standing. Of Jacob shall he be that shall rule, and shall destroy the remains of the city, Seir. And when he had seen Amalec, so he's turning, and now he's looking towards Amalek. And he takes up his parable and he says, Amalek, the beginning of Gentiles, whose latter ends shall be destroyed. If you can recall, Amalek is the kingdom of the giants, so to speak, and the seed of the Gentiles. And they were the first to execute war on the Moyses Train when they left Egypt, if you can recall, where Quias says, I will destroy his name forever. All right, so Quias promised Amalek's name wouldn't be remembered through the ages. And he was defeated by no other than Yahshua. He turns and he also saw Kenite. And again, carries on with his parable, and he says, thy habitation indeed is strong, the Kenites. But if thou build thy nest in a rock, and thou be chosen of the stock of Keen, how long shalt thou be able to continue? For Assur shall take thee. It continues on with this parable. Alas, who shall live when God shall do these things? They shall come in galleys from Italy, and they will. They shall overcome the Assyrians and shall waste the Hebrews, and at the last themselves also shall perish. How remarkable is this? This comes true right before Christ, about 400 or 500 years before Christ is born, when the Romans come and take over everything and try to rule the world. And Balaam arose and he returns into his place. Balac also returned the way that he came. So they separate. They're going separate ways. I want to bring up what's coming, the 31st chapter of Numbers. Balac didn't return to his nation. Okay, understand this. He didn't go back home. He went back to his abode with the Madianites. And that's where he was killed shortly thereafter, as soon as he returns from his meeting with Balaam, irritated. Now, Balaam's prophecy of the Roman Empire is exact as they shall, as I told you. They will overcome the Assyrians. They will kill, and they will also pacify the Hebrews. Eventually, the awesome might of the Romans shall also succumb to defeat, predominantly weakened by internal strife, so to speak. And this brings us to a closure of the 24th epistle in the book of Numbers. When we next meet, we will begin Numeri number 25. So until then, from Patty and from Abe up there, Pax Vobis.